Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video we are going to learn about a new local database storage option which is Hive. So Hive is a fast local storage database made with Dart, and its advantages are that it is cross-platform, it gives you high performance, and third, it is having a built-in strong encryption system as well. So in this video we are going to make a simple to-do app using Flutter Hive. So let's get started. So first of all, go to your pubspec YAML file and under dependencies import these two packages, Hive and Hive Flutter. So these two will provide us the power of Hive with its inbuilt extension methods. And under the developer dependencies import these two packages, which is Hive Generator and Build Runner package. These two packages will help you to build your custom adapter and generate their wrapper methods and file as well. I can understand that currently these terms might be not that much understandable. We will get to know about these packages and their use and their purpose in our application in some time while making this application. Okay. So after importing all these four packages, now go to your lib folder and create two directories. First is and directory name adapters, where we will be storing our custom adapters, and second is for our screens. Okay, now first of all, inside your adapter create one file named todo. Here we will store the model of our file. So guys, whenever you want to create an application, you generally create your custom objects, okay, which we name as model or pojos. Okay, so each model is having a class name and it is having a list of attributes which it should be possessing, like a person class or a person model should be having the attributes of ID, name and age as well. So generally we declare our model class like this. Okay, but in Hive, to use a custom object, we have to make use of type adapters. Now what are type adapters? So Hive supports all the primitive types which are like list, map, date and time and etc. But if you want to store other objects, you have to register type adapter, which converts the object from and to in a binary form. So you can either write a type adapter manually or you can generate it. So in our case we are going to generate it. Okay, so now before generating a type adapter we have to register it, and to register it we have to perform two things. First, we need to have the instance of our adapter, and second is we should be having a type ID. So we have created one class named todo, and just before that we have to give it an annotation of Hive type. Okay, so our application will get to know that this is a type adapter. Okay, this is the class host type adapter which we have to generate. Okay, so write @Hive type and provide it a type ID inside a parenthesis, and the type ID should be having any number between 0 to 233. Okay, now after this you have to write the properties that you want inside your todo, which is a note and task, and before every property again you have to write an annotation of a Hive field @Hive field, and over here you have to give the positions. Now this 0 and 1 which are nothing but the index number, okay, which are the index of that particular columns of that particular object. Okay, so at 0 index we will be having a column of note, on first index we will be having the column of task. Okay, and after doing this, just we will also create the constructor of our todo class. So here inside todo we have passed note and task. So this is all we have done. Now after doing the annotations part, all you have to do is write part and then inside single quotes write todo.g.dart. So this g.dart will generate that this file is for generating purpose. Okay, we have to generate the wrapper methods for this particular class. Okay, this will generate the type adapters. So now after this, go to your terminal file. Okay, and over here write this command, flutter packages pub run build runner build, and after running this command you will be having a todo.g.dart file inside your adapter folder like this. Okay, so this will generate your adapter class for this particular model, which is our todo adapter. And it has and this type adapter will already containing the binary read and write methods, which we will be needing with communicating with our database. Okay, so here we are done with our type adapter generations and its g.dart file as well. Now it is time to register it. So now we will go to our main.dart file, and inside the void main write a async keyword, and over here now we will write await hive.init flutter. Now this method is provided inside the Hive Flutter package. Okay, so this method helps you that before you can open a box is nothing but a table in Hive terms. Okay, so Hive needs to know where it can store the data, and Android and iOS have very strict rules for allowed directories. So you can use path provider package to get a valid directory. And the Hive Flutter package provides you this hive.init flutter method extension, which handles everything for you. Okay, now after writing this, we will write hive.register adapter method, and here we will write the name of our adapter. Okay, and after registering it, now we want to create a database. Okay, so we will write await hive.openbox. Openbox is a method where you write a name of a database or a table that you want to create inside your local database. Now this todo, which is of a generic type. Okay, now if you want to store some particular or some specific data types inside your database, okay, you don't want any other type, but you want this particular objects or this particular list of objects to be stored inside your table, then here you can write its type. So here we are writing todo. So we only want to store todo objects inside our todos table, and here provide your table name, which is todos. Okay, now after that we will go to our screens folder, and over here first we will create a to-do list screen dart file. Now this is a stateless widget class. Okay, so inside to-do list screen we are having a scaffold, an app bar. Okay, now here we have used the value listenable builder. Okay, now if you want your widgets to refresh based on the data stored in Hive, you can use the value listenable builder. And the box listenable method provides a value listenable, which can also be used with the provider packages. Okay, so now inside this value listenable builder, we will use the value listenable property, and again, now this time we will use hive.box method. Now once you have opened your box, okay, you don't need to recall the open box method again and again. Once it is open, so you can simply call that particular table by writing hive.box only. Mention the type of the object, which is todo, our table name dot listenable method. Okay, now it is having a builder attribute as well, and this builder attribute contains 3 types of parameters. First is context, second is a box of todo objects, and third is a widget. Okay, now this box contains our rows inside our table, okay, of todos. So if box.value is empty, then we will show no data available inside our center widget. Okay, else we will return a list view.builder. Okay, and we will provide it item count, which is box.values.length, and its item builder, which contains 2 parameters, again context and index. And here we will create an object of todo model. Okay, and we will assign it, the object of that particular index, which is box.getIndex. Okay, and we will return a list style. So each list style we will containing a title and subtitle of the particular todo object. Okay, so inside text object.node, here the exclamation mark indicates a null check operator. Okay, and after this, inside its on long press attribute of list style, we will simply delete that particular item from our database. So to delete it, box.delete at, we will pass the index and dot then. We have used the dot then because the delete at method is a future type method. Okay, So here we have called then. So when this function call is successful, then we will simply print item deleted. Okay, I hope this was fun to understand. And below this we are having a fab button, okay, a floating action button. Inside its on press we will be navigating to our create to do screen. Okay, so create one more Dart file named create to do screen inside your screens folder. Okay, now this fab action button will navigate you to the create to do screen. Okay, and you can provide it some background color and child. Now we will go to our create to do screen. Now create to do screen is a stateful widget. Okay, now here we will be having two fields for note and task, okay, and a submit button. So for that we will be using form key, because we will be using a form widget, because we will be creating a form widget containing two text field and we want to validate it as well. Okay, so create a form key, okay, final form key equals to global key, and inside its angular bracket provide form state. Create two variables to store the value given by user, which is string note and string task. Now inside its build method, again we are having the same scaffold and app bar. This time the app bar text is different, which is add to do item. Inside its body we are having a form widget and we have passed its form key as its attribute. Okay, now inside its child we are having a column of text form fields. Now the first text form field will be containing the will be indicating the note attribute. Okay, so here inside its validator attribute we have passed, which contains a value parameter. So if the value equals to null or if the value is empty, so it will return please enter some text. Okay, so if the user has not entered any text in that particular field and he or she has clicked on the submit button, then this particular error then this particular text, which is please enter some text, will be shown inside the text form field, okay, as an error text. And inside it decoration we have provided a hint text attribute, which is add note title, and we have used the onChange attribute as well, which contains a value parameter, and here we will be setting the state of our note string, which is note string variable, and here simply assign it note equals to value. Now you can simply copy this entire text form field and just simply paste it again over here. Okay, now just make a few changes. Now here inside the hint text, change it add task description instead of add note title, and in its onChange attribute simply set the state of task variable instead of note. Now after this we simply need a button, so we have created one elevated button inside its onPress method, which is of async type. Okay, so first we will check whether our form key current state is validated or not. Okay, so to write it we will write it in this way: form key dot current state exclamation mark again, which is for null check operation, dot validate. If it successfully validate, that means if the user has completed both the fields, okay, then what we want to add that particular data inside our table. So we will create a new box of to do object. Okay, we want to store this particular database inside our to do table. So box of to do object box equals to hive dot box. Okay, because our table is already open, so there is no need to write open box. Again the type of to do object and our table name to dos, and here simply write box dot add. Here we will pass the to do object, okay, and it is having the parameters of note and task, and once it is successfully added we will navigate back to our previous screen. Okay, else the validators will show their respective messages on the text form field, and we will also show one scaffold messenger, okay, a snack bar on our scaffold with the text of processing data. And last but not the least, provide some text to our elevated button, which is submit. So here we are done with our screens and our add, delete and retrieve data functionalities. Okay, Now we'll simply go to our main.dart file where we have already initialized our database and registered our adapters. Now simply go to the my app class, which is a stateless widget, and inside its home call our to-do list screen. Now simply run your app, and now after running your app you will be having such a screen on your device, okay, here inside. So this is our to-do list screen, which is currently empty, so that's why it is showing no data available. Now we'll add some data, so click on this fab button. Now let's add some data. So you can see it has been successfully added. Let's add some more data. Okay, you can make UI more better, and now let's check it. And you can also see that our list is refreshing whenever the data is changing in our Hive table. Okay, now if I long press on this job, then it will be deleted. So that's all. So this is how you can make use of Hive database for your local database storage purpose. So that's all for this video. We have learned that how we can register custom adapters, how to make use of our Hive methods, which are like add, delete and rest. And if you want to learn more about Hive, I have provided one link in the resources section. Okay, you can check it out. And till then, keep practicing and keep fluttering.